Well, here we are, ready to inaugurate the Neil A. Armstrong School. And what an appropriate name for a school that is looking towards the future, to be named after a man who took one of the major steps that will lead us into the space age, as man makes his presence a permanent presence in space. Well, as we look back at Neil A. Armstrong's accomplishments, he was the first human being to ever leave the cradle of Earth, go out into space, and step foot on another heavenly body. That was quite an accomplishment. Anyone who was old enough to understand what was happening at that time can tell you probably exactly what they were doing and where they were at that very moment. And it wasn't only people here in the United States who were breathless at that moment, because this was a moment in history for all humankind. And Neil Armstrong expressed that very beautifully when he first stepped out on the moon and said, "One small step for man and one giant leap for mankind." Indeed, it was a very proud moment for himself and for Americans. Our country had accomplished a great feat, but all humanity was watching at this moment, because from the beginning of time, people had looked up to the skies and wondered what was up there and dreamed of what might happen if you could get up there. And here, for the first time, a human being was doing just that. We captured all the world's attention at that moment. But remember, as he was stepping out on the moon, this wasn't just a stroke of luck that he was there. This man had prepared himself very well and had gone through school as a child, just like you are preparing to go through school now, high school, and then he went to college. He got a degree in aeronautical engineering from Purdue, went on and got a master's in science from Southern California. That takes a lot of work. And then he worked very hard at Lewis Center. It's now a center in Ohio, NASA Center. He worked very, very hard preparing himself for this moment. So sometimes young people, I think, have the idea that maybe it's just luck that takes people on these wonderful experiences and puts these great opportunities before you. But remember, people, it wasn't luck. He worked very, very hard to get where he went. And this is what you're about to do. You're about to launch yourself into the space age. And this is your first step. This is your launching pad. Because elementary school years are probably the most important years of your life. And if the preparation that you receive here isn't adequate, there's very little that can be done as you go up into the upper levels to make up for what you might have missed here. It's a very important part of your life. And I think it's very appropriate that the school was named after a man who led us into the space age. And as you grow older, maybe you too will step on the moon. Maybe you will be on the space station. Who knows? Maybe you will be a teacher in space, leading youngsters up on a class expedition into the atmosphere, way above the atmosphere perhaps. There are many, many opportunities out there for you, but you've got to work for them. And if Neil A. Armstrong were here, I have had the privilege of meeting him a couple of times. I'm sure he would tell you to reach for the stars, but you got to work real hard to get your wagon rolling to get there. I wish you all well, and I congratulate you for having a very, very beautiful building, and I know that you're going to benefit greatly from it. Thank you very much.